What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Collider Interview Studio, Fantastic Fest 2024. I am here with the duo behind The Birthday, which is not only here celebrating an anniversary screening, but you're also celebrating an upcoming release so many years after this movie was made, which is a really special thing to have that happen. So congratulations on both.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So because we are at Fantastic Fest and I absolutely love celebrating the vibe here, and I believe you've both been here before, can you tell me your single favorite thing about Fantastic Fest, something that makes it stand out from all other film festivals?
You first or me second?
Well, I this is my first time, and my first time at any thing like this festival thing, but I'll let you answer the question.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
My name's Norman, by the way.
I came here for the first time for the first edition in 2005. That means
that's when we made our movie.
Exactly, like months after the movie was shown.
It's supposed to be in the 80s, but we're not really in the 80s.
So it was like 20 years ago we made the film, and in a matter of months we could release the film, not theatrically, but we attended here and we showed the movie. He wasn't here, I was, and from there I've been accumulating, relationships with friends and other filmmakers. What I love about Fantastic Fest is that it's all about bonding, about moviegoers and filmmakers, and the fact that filmmakers started being moviegoers, and you can share that and stumble upon everyone at the highball, and it's beautiful. I love this community.
I could not echo that stronger. That's why it's my favorite thing here. You're all in one place, and everyone has a similar appreciation for film, and everyone wants to get to know each other and celebrate the things that they love. Actually, speaking of that, is there anything in particular you've seen at Fantastic Fest this year that maybe inspired you creatively or gives you hope for the future of genre filmmaking?
Well, I have to say that I have the chance to see, despite I knew pretty much everything about the production because it's a very good friend of mine and my wife, Naikari, produced the film. I've seen Daniela Forever, Nacho Vigil in this movie that is kind of an icon in this film festival, and I had a chance to see it on the big screen for the first time, completed in production, and I've been following all the steps, and it was a hell of a big relief to see. Oh my God, look at that! How gorgeous it looks! I knew all that they had to go through, and it's a very special movie. And if you compare it to any other Nacho movie, it's like a one of a kind. And he's incursion in a new territory, more dramatic, more adult. And I've seen that people loved it here. This is the best audience possible. I always say that here in the Alamo and Fantastic Fest, I call them active audiences. That is something that unfortunately we have to fight against in other realms, like because of doom scrolling and lack of attention. But here you can see the people, the moment that the movie starts, they are locked in. And that's for film directors, there's nothing like it.
Oh, it's so true. I love that. So getting into your movie specifically now, I was sent the featurette you made, and there's a particular title card in it that very much caught my eye. It says, inexplicably, the film got into production and they convinced their childhood idol to star in it. I have so many questions about that. First, can you kind of run us through some of the key factors that made The Birthday possible? Certain resources or people you met that signaled to you actually did get a green light and you were going to make it?
Well, to make a long story short, the origin story of the project, it stems from my friendship with Mikel Alvarinho, co-writer and co-creator of the script. We met at a film school in Madrid when I was 18 years old. I had spent 3 years convincing my parents that I'm not going to go to college. There's not a program in Spain that gets you into film, to learn everything. And since we met there, we had this connection and started to fantasize about the impossible things to do. The Birthday was one of those things. And inexplicably, as I said, that it's a very loaded word. We got, as so many things in life, the opportunity to do it. But I wouldn't recommend anybody to go through that because it's like miracles. I have to say the good and the bad thing about miracles is that they are not reproducible. They happen just once. What facilitated this thing to happen, culminating on meeting this incredible partner from the very beginning through years of admiration. I don't know how to handle with this to Norman because in a way, I think that you've been Norman for 20 years. I'm confused. But I think that people can understand what I'm trying to say. Having the chance to...
Well, since Norman was born...
Thank you.
Norman was born because of your writing. You created Norman. Oh, yes. I should use this. Sorry. Norman was born due to your writing and your creation, and you brought Norman to life. So here I am, and now I exist. I'm only here as a figment of his imagination. But now that his figment of his imagination has come into the true tuition of reality, I guess here I am. So you can ask me all the questions you want in that context, I suppose.
I'm doing some mental gymnastics here to rephrase my questions to suit that context.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Norman,
I'm sorry about
what
that.
is your
Didn't mean
favorite?
to throw it on you all of a sudden, but I'm kind of like a holographic, character, like a what do they call like an avatar?
Okay,
Imagine me
okay.
like I'm an avatar for the actor who played me.
I'll take that.
Okay.
So Norman, what is your absolute favorite quality of yourself? And then can you also tell me a new quality you found in yourself while making the birthday?
Okay. Well, normally I think I would say that I'm really good at spinning the dough on a pizza.
That makes sense.
They taught me how to do it, the old-fashioned way. Even though we're from not really New York, because it's really from it's a small town called Brooklyn, and it's in Massachusetts, but it's not the actual Brooklyn. But anyway, so I spent a lot of time in the pizzeria doing that, and I got pretty good at that. But my new I think the thing that came from all this is perseverance. I really learned that I had this passion deep inside of me to be able to really speak my mind. Because before this, I was very stifled. I couldn't speak my mind. I was very shy. I was very. I wouldn't have even been able to hold this microphone. When you first met me, I was
Norman. It's a new Norman.
I was very timid. I was very shy. I couldn't stand here and stand up for myself or speak my mind. But now I feel very comfortable saying who I am and what I'm about. And look, this is a love story. It all started with a love story about me loving my girlfriend, who I would do anything for. I'm very indebted, very passionate, very loyal person when it comes to a girlfriend. And I would have done anything for her. But then I found out that there was some things I didn't know about her family, and it was a little weird. And so the whole night got out of control, and that's what the movie's about.
That's an understatement. Here's a follow-up question for you. Is there any pizza on this planet that is better than New York pizza?
No,
Thank
absolutely
you.
not. And listen,
Okay.
It's funny you say that, because we used to get this question all the time. People would come in and they'd say, is it really New York style pizza? I'd say, yes, it is. It's New York style pizza, but it's not actual New York pizza. And they'd say, oh, do you ship the water in and all this kind of stuff? And I'm like, no, we can't do that. That's a myth. It's a myth, by the way.
So never go to Baltimore if you want to have a true New York pizza.
Yeah, if you want real New York pizza, just go to New York.
I am
it's
a
so
New
much
Yorker.
easier.
I'm
But
a
that
pizza
said,
snob.
can I say this though? For Massachusetts, that pizzeria I used to work at was really the best. They were great.
Okay.
Shout out to that pizzeria.
I'll take that.
Called Gino's, by the way. We never mentioned the name. Sorry.
That's a pretty Baltimore thing. Gino's actually.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Philly as well.
Gino's.
Okay.
Yeah.
To
Sorry.
take a cue from Norman here and how much he evolved as a person through the making of this movie, I'll toss a similar question your way now. What is a new tool in your directing toolkit that you gained from making The Birthday that you were able to apply on future projects?
That's a great question.
That's a great question, actually. I will say that because I had a chance to make this film when I was 26. I just turned 27 here at Fantastic Fest. I was born on the 23rd, so it's my birthday with the birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
I forgot!
Thank you, Norman.
Oh my God, happy
Thank you,
birthday!
Norman. Thank you very much.
Oh, I feel so terrible.
yeah,
We didn't even
hours
have
ago.
a cake. We didn't
It's
do
insane.
anything. Is that no? That's true. I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm fine.
I've had a crazy 24 hours, but I feel really bad now.
What a way to
Happy
celebrate.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Come on. You got to sing with me.
Oh, you don't want to hear me sing.
Happy birthday, dear Eugenio. Happy
birthday to you.
I can't even finish it.
Oh, man.
Happy
You're choking. You're so
birthday.
old.
You got me choking up on my own song.
We're
Oh
in a
my God.
karaoke room.
All
That
right,
was
all right,
very
we'll try that one more
appropriate. It was
time.
meant to
Happy
be.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I feel like I'm in Letterman in the 82 or something like that. I mean, sorry. It's all good. I mean,
You guys
thank
are making me laugh in the middle of my song. I can't finish it.
Okay, sorry.
All right, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eugenio. Happy birthday to you. And with that,
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Norman.
we present to you his movie, The Birthday. Imagine that. Imagine that.
He's in it.
I'm in it too.
Okay, so answering your question, the thing that having the chance to do something well, as crazy as it is, as pure and unadulterated, that's the kind of the right word. It gives you a lot of perspective between the difference between having the chance to express yourself and the consequences in a career. So I had to go through that, navigating that, like the Faustian quality of being that young, doing this thing, and having to wait 20 years until we had a proper, distribution, for example, in the US. As a kid that was being raised as a European kid, a Spanish kid, has been raised by American cinema. It was like a big deal to have your childhood icon, as a protagonist, and the fact that we had the chance to discuss his experience in the medium. That's unparalleled. And from there, I have to say that obviously I've learned a lot. Things that you're not going to do the same way. Things that you're going to do in a different way. I mean, it's a true, the best film school ever. Your first film. So yeah, I've learned a lot.
So you see it through to fruition. One thing that I've been especially curious about, after it went on its initial film festival run, what happened? Why did it disappear?
See, that's a good question. So what I was just going to say was, it was like it was kind of like sex, right? If it's sex that you didn't finish. So it was like we had so much fun the whole time making it. We had, it was fun. And then, right when, it's supposed to be the big finish, there was nothing. There was nothing. We went, right. So we had the film festivals, right? We had the film festivals. We came here. I didn't come, but he was here. And it was very praised. People loved the work. Sure. In Sitges, people loved the work. In Luxembourg, I think there was an award. There was an award for my my story. And then what? Nothing. Nothing happened. Yeah.
Well, it's not to get into the details. Basically, let's leave it at the fact that it was an independent production.
Powers that be.
Powers that be. Well, not powers that be. Actually, I think that it's as simple as the fact that we were all the people involved there, not experienced in certain things, but very capable of doing others. And when it comes to distributing a film, not knowing that you have to pre-sale it before and stuff like that, of course, it's going to devaluate the film. And when there's some offers and you wait for a better offer, that is like, for the record, I didn't produce the film. So I'm talking about what happened beyond my reach.
Well, we were like co-producers of the film, but not the executive producer of the film.
We were passive co-producers.
And it wasn't our job to make the decision on who got to do what, right? As far as distribution. So we just said, hey, we want to make sure it's in theaters because this movie needs to be seen in theaters. Yeah. So that was one thing that we cared about. But unfortunately, I don't think that they had the right offer to get it into theaters. So I think we all agreed that we didn't want to do it unless it was going to be in theaters. Yeah. And now it's in theaters. Mm-hmm. So
that's
it took 20 years, but we got there eventually.
The fact that in 2024, in a world, as I said before, that people more often than not is more than comfortable with sticking their eyes on their iPhones or playing with streaming platforms at home and pausing, or even worse, letting it go.
That's not this movie.
This movie demands. This is the thing. It's a movie that is designed to demand attention. It's like playing a vinyl record. You eventually you're gonna have to stand up and go to the other face of the vinyl. And in this one is like you have two halves as well. You don't have to change anything, but you have to be there. Like allow the film to cook you into another iteration of yourself.
It's shot in 70 millimeter anamorphic widescreen. So for anybody who understands the art of cinema, 70 millimeter anamorphic widescreen is very rare these days. You don't see it used very much anymore. Back in the old days, movies like Star Wars or The Godfather, those movies were made for that. And this was made for that. And that's the point, is that it would be such a shame if people couldn't see it the way it was meant to be seen. So we're both very, very grateful to be here. And we're both very, very grateful that after 20 years of waiting for this love. I mean, we put so much love and passion into this project. Both of us did, especially him, obviously, because it's his baby. It's his, he wrote it, he created it, he directed it. It's all him. I mean, it's his heart. And obviously we're related. You can tell there's a little bit of a similarity. So the point is, as family, we both were very excited about this. His dad was excited about it. It was really a family production. His dad was excited about it. The whole family was excited about it. Everybody was rooting for him. So when it didn't come out, it was really like a big letdown. And the fact that we finally got it out now, and it's going to be seen the way it's meant to be seen with the big widescreen. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it gets more theaters. We're hoping that it does very well at the box office. And if it does, who knows? But even if it ends up on Blu-ray in a month, it doesn't matter it matters, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad because at least people got to see somewhere in the theaters.
I couldn't be more grateful with. I mean, this is like I'm still pinching myself. It's really on top of that, how surreal everything is being. So yeah, it's not only you.
Define surreal.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Define surreal.
Surreal means when something is so good or so magic-like that your body generates this kind of shield, believing that this can be true. Most probably there's some kind of deceiving system to harm me in other way. So you get protective just because it's so above what this valley of tears we call consensus reality gives us every single day. When you read the news, how are you even allowed to feel this great? And it's like there's a part of you that's like you have this cognitive dissonance, like saying it can be real, but it's being real.
Oh, you're gonna feel how real it is soon.
This is art. I mean, actually, it's Eugenio, but it's his cousin Art.
This kind of builds on what you two were just expressing. And it also happens to be the question that I've been ending all Fantastic Fest interviews
I think that means
with.
she's sick of us.
No,
sorry.
you actually have a red carpet to get to. And I want to make sure that you get the word out as much as possible for your movie. So
That's so
it's the right
responsible.
thing that you have to leave here and do other things.
It's the right thing.
So the first interview we did at the festival this year was for The Rule of Jenny Penn. It's the movie that stars John Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush. And their director, James, was busy saying, like, my God, I couldn't believe what it was like watching these two acting icons take such like joy and pride in their work. So for the two of you, while making The Birthday, what was the single moment on set that brought you the most joy?
Do you want me to start?
You start.
Again, I have to underline this. I was 26. I just made a short film before that called the attention of this production company that I never met before. And were over enthusiastic about making together our first film. And the bucket list, check after check after check after check, it happened. We had constraints with the budget, obviously, but at the same time, it was another era in Spain, like building sets in this place that it was this haunted, abandoned hospital. It was very cheap. There was some of the privileges that of shooting off Hollywood applied here and made possible the combination of bringing something from that is a loaded kind of icon into that environment where we could control everything and play together. That's, to me, like every single day there was this feeling of achievement that it was shared with the audience. It wasn't me being mean or frustrated because we didn't get what I wanted. No, we had all these beautiful shots. Every single shot was like a dance, a choreography. It was really, well laid out. The professionals were trying to do their, the crew, and everybody was in the same line, in the same direction. And it was a motive of celebration. It's like, we are making this film and we're getting through the whole thing. I mean, that's something that nobody can take from us. I mean, we really enjoy doing that.
Okay, so similarly, I was about the same age, around 26 years old. We were about the same age, and I'd never been on a film set either. So for me, it was a big learning experience as well. But I was a big student of film, and I watched a lot of movies about how movies are made. And I can tell you that this was there was a magic. There was a magic on the set that you don't get all the time because a lot of times, from what I know, it feels very stiff. It feels like you're just kind of beating a dead horse, doing the same thing over and over and over. But with this, it was like a tapestry that was created. Everything he did ahead of time, he put so much time and energy into like the blueprint of creating the imagery, the way that it was going to be focused with the cameras and the lighting and where the actors would be and the background of what's happening. It was like a big giant play. So imagine if you're like watching like a big play on Broadway and they already knew what the best position to put the people in their seats would be to see the right angle for each moment of that play. And that's the way I feel like it was constructed in his mind. So he kind of really visualized every moment of it ahead of time, but yet still left some room for improvisation in the moment. So if things went a little different way one take or a different way another take, if it was right, if it felt right, then he would roll with it. Because you never know. It's, real life experience has got to be, you've got to be able to pull from that experience in a moment. Otherwise, it's not honest. Mm-hmm. So we had to keep it honest.
I saw that a little bit, I feel like, in that featurette. I was busy pausing on the storyboards and kind of trying to analyze every little bit. I appreciate that attention to detail.
Yes.
And I do think it elevates the quality of the film big
thank you
time.
very
I think
much.
you see that time and energy and passion you put into it on screen. So huge congratulations on the birthday.
Thank you very much.
I know
Thank you.
20 years is a long time to wait for this kind of release, but you have built quite the special fan base that not a lot of films do over the years. And now you're going to get the opportunity to celebrate it properly. So for everybody out there,
We're very grateful for
go
you
see
guys.
The Birthday in theaters with a packed house as it should be seen.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much for being here and sharing some of your experience
Thank
with
you
us.
Thank
very
you
much.
so much. We appreciate the
It means a lot
support.
to us.
Yes. Thanks, cousin.